Welcome back guys, this is Dhananjay and welcome back to my channel. And in this video I'm going to show you PHPMyAdmin's basic points. So creating database, renaming the table, creating tables and all those stuffs. So this will be a very basic and very beginner video for those who don't know what exactly the PHPMyAdmin and what are the features which we get in the PHPMyAdmin. So PHPMyAdmin is basically a bundled package with XAMPP. So once you have this XAMPP application installed, and then you will get the PHPMyAdmin application in that also. So for that, first of all, you need to start your server. So if you are having troubles with your port 80, then you need to set up this port by going into the configurations and doing this particular thing. So that thing I have talked about in the another video, so I'm not going to talk on that details, but I have set up this whole thing on port 8080, port 8080, sorry, 88. So for that, need to log in with the same port 8088, enter. Now as you can see, I have remove the index.php default page, which will leads us to the dashboard folder. So I have removed that. Now in that case, you need to type phpMyAdmin. Everything is in the lowercase. So if you have default installation of the uh, XAMPP, then you will get the phpMyAdmin folder into that. So once you have this, then let's go over to the brief of this particular interface. So at the left side, you can able to see all the databases you have, and at the main side you can see the databases, SQL terminal, then the statuses, user account, export, import, and all those stuffs. So what we are more focused on right now, so to create a database. So in order to create a database, you need to click on the database, and this is the input field which you have to enter the database name. So in this case, I'm just going to say demo123. So demo123 and hit enter. Your database is completely created, no problem. Then you need to create the tables into that. So in order to create the tables, once you have selected this database, then you can start creating your tables. So I'm just gonna say login, and with the 4 columns, and inside this will be the table creation window or the panel or the wizard, where you can specify the column names, data types, length, and the default, and all those other things. So this is like, for example, I'm creating a login table. So login table will have username and password. So let's quickly enter that, and the account status. So it's like a simple fields, and this is the type column where you have to specify the data type, which is going to be entered into the cells of each row. So here we have to specify like the varchars. So this whole thing is entirely dependent upon your uh, project and the table which you are creating. So there are different types of different data types, so integer, varchars, text, date, and all those stuffs. So I'm just going to select varchar. This is a variable character, so simply you can write you can say 100 characters length. Then here also I need 100 character length. Then this is the default. So if there is no value coming from the SQL query, what will be the default value which you want to enter? So in this case, I'm going to say for the status field, I'm going to say a default value is 0. So the default value 0 means for my program or my project is if the status equals to 0, then this account is not activated. Simply this is the meaning of that. Now in order to remember this control or this particular flag, I have a comment field. Okay, so I can specify this in my own words. So 0 is not enabled and 1 is enabled. So this comment will not gonna affect to your database, or nothing is gonna happen with this comment. So this is just a user user hint, or the comment basically which you put into your programs as well. Now this is done. Then you have the collections. So these are like the database collections, the attributes. Then you have this null particular thing. So if the value is acceptable, so basically as you have this default. So what is the difference between null and this default? So you can specify a specific column that null values are also accepted. So that is what the null checkbox is there. And then there is a a_i. So this is an auto increment. So once you click that, the primary key is also added to this particular column. So you can see there are primary key, then the unique key, and all those things. Now this is an ID for my login table, so I have to add the primary key. Now username should be unique, so I need to select a unique column, a unique index for that. So this is added. Then in the next section you have all those transformation, MIME type, and all those things. So I have talked about these other topics in the later video, so you can see the next videos coming up soon, because these are a little bit in-depth topics, so it should not be expressed in a very first tutorial. So I'm focusing more on to creation of database and tables and the columns and everything. So after setting up all those things, you can save, and that's it. You got your first database and the first table created in your phpMyAdmin console. Now let's say you need to rename this particular database. Okay, so let's click on the database, and then you go into the operations, and here you can find the various operations. You can set the comment to the database, so comment here. Okay, and if I save it, you can see the comment over there. So you can specify anything you want just to keep your project organized, so that you can put this whole thing over there. Then you can create a table from this particular operation console also. As well, you can rename the database, so I'm just going to rename it to demo 345 and go. So it will create a query for that also, and okay. So as you can see, my database has renamed to 345, and the login table is still existent. Okay, so going to the operations, you can drop this table by just going into the drop section. Then you can even copy the whole database also. So I'm going to say copy demo 123. Okay, so it will ask you a few things. Do you want to copy the whole structure, or do you want to copy the structure in data? So what exactly mean? So if this database has 100 tables, so do you want to copy all the table structure, and along with that you want to copy this data which is present inside? So this is the default option which you can select over here. And then there is like only data, only structure, so there are different three options basically. Then again there is like create database before copying, and drop table, drop view, so whatever the views which you have created, or the tables which you have dropped, so you need to add those things also. Also add auto increment values, so there will be automatically adding all those auto increment values. So you might be getting the name auto increment. Basically, when you add a new row to the column, a new row to the table, it will automatically generate a new specific auto generated ID, so the one which we have set in the login table. So this is like the same. Okay, so what exactly it is mean over here, that it will copy all these auto incremented values to the new database which you are copying right now. Okay, so this is done. Adjust privileges and switch to copied database. So once you have copied the entire thing, it will automatically switch you to the new database. So I don't want that option to be done, so I'm just say okay, and as you can see, it has created this whole copy of this database. So that's it for this video, guys, and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon, because I'm going to post all more updates on the phpMyAdmin and also PHP 7.1 and web development series also. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. Bye.